Tom, just a couple days before the holiday break, roster freeze and everything. Just how you feeling about your team, through this point?
Pretty good. I think the way we're playing and how we're winning games is we're winning games the right way. By defending first and allowing our offense to take care of what needs to be taken care of down the other end. I think there's guys that are playing extremely well, and then I think there are guys that know they need to find their game and help contribute in any way they can. But overall, I mean, you can't complain about being 20-10 in this league because it's so hard every night to win a game.
Your estimation, just how different from last year to this year are things under new head coach Sheldon Keefe?
Well, everyone's different. Sheldon's, from the get-go, he showed the ability to be. He's so organized, and everything he does has a purpose. For example, you watch that goal the other night by Jack, and you watch the first guy change, and he sprints to the bench, and the second guy change, and Braddock gets out and sprints to the puck, and we get a goal. We practice that. Like that's a detail that we go through because it's very important. It could be the difference in the game, and it was. So he's just very organized. He's very detailed, and our guys are responding great to him.
Are you able to share what that working dynamic with Sheldon is like? Give a little insight into what that working dynamic is like in the season.
I let him coach. To be honest with you, it's a lot less stress for me. I'm probably deep down a coach in a manager's office, but it's been nice. We believe in the same things, and it's nice to see it being carried out. And practice is so important to get better and improve. Practice is hard, and it should be. So the games become a little bit easier because of the way we practice, and that I just gave you an example of it, and it's paying forward.
In April, you talked about wanting to see your team get to the next level, not just on the ice but off the ice as well. Have you seen that these last few months?
Oh yeah, I have. I mean, the maturity of our younger guys now blossoming, and just look at Luke as an example. Just the way he's playing away from the puck. Having that stability to his right and Pesci is it's contagious, quite honest. So you're seeing the maturity in our group. They know practice is important, and maybe in the past guys could, I'm a little banged up, I might not. That's unacceptable. If you can skate, you can practice. So, but I would just say overall the maturity of our group on the ice for sure. This has always been a close group off the ice. So it's been there's no surprise there.
And then I have a couple. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
For your team, as you guys approach the halfway mark, what do you see the next obstacle being for your team or challenge that you want to see them overcome?
Well, I think, I spoke earlier about there are certain guys here that are buzzing offensively. When our power play doesn't score, and if one of our top lines don't score, I think we need more from other people, quite honest, contributing wise, and without naming any names. So there's a reason why we've been shut out 5 times, because when first line or second line doesn't score a goal or a power play doesn't score, we don't score.
Yeah.
So we need guys to step up and start producing. It was great to see Mercer score the other night. Hopefully that'll be, the snowball, running downhill a little bit. But again, it comes in waves. It really does, and you'll see certain guys jump on the wave and ride that for as long as they can. But again, I think where we're at right now is. I love where we're at, quite honestly, the way we're playing without the puck. Defending first and, limiting our teams, especially come to the neutral zone. In the past, just felt like we were Swiss cheese, just allowing teams just to come through, gain an entry, but now we're very demanding of playing the right way in the neutral zone. We're forechecking harder. We're not one and done anymore like we used to be, and we still have that quick attack mentality. So it's been good.
Tom, we've recently seen in the league, players not take well to reassignment. This was a little while ago, but how was that conversation with Simone Nemec, and what are you looking for from him down in Utica?
Oh, it's never easy when you're reassigning a kid, literally, to the American Hockey League after spending the majority of the time last year with the big club. But the reality is, it's meritocracy, man. Like, we're here to win. And if you can't help contribute, you're not going to play. And a young player like that, if he's not playing, he's not sitting. We have the luxury to send him down because of his age, and he doesn't need waivers. And there is a demand to get down and work on the things you need to work on. You know, be better aware of your surroundings and people behind you. It's not just about offense. We don't need offense. We need guys to defend and be hard to play against, and actually really thrive in that area. So, I mean, the coaches down there know exactly what they need to do, but at the end of the day, the individual has to want to do it. And he has. His attitude's been great down there, and he's working hard. So we're really happy about that. And when we do have injuries, you know, it's going to be next man up, not just him or someone else. It's who's playing well down there that can help us.
How the D-Corps has been playing lately? Is Simone Nemec a guy you wouldn't mind overcooking down there in the AHL? Been a long time in the American Hockey League?
Say that again?
With how your D-Corps is playing, is Simone Nemec a guy you wouldn't mind overcooking down there?
Absolutely. Like, not sure who comes out of our lineup up here. And again, he's 19. He's turning 20, or maybe just turned 20. He's got a long career in front of him. Right now we're plugging pretty good. And like I said, 20-year-olds aren't just sitting in the stands and watching. They're going to play.
Jonathan Kovacevic feels like one of those guys who kind of forced that to happen. In your estimation, how do you assess a guy like him who's a first year for you, and on an expiring contract, if you want to bring him back and maybe not block some guys who might be close to being ready? Yeah,
well, I'd say the strength of our team is our defense. Because you look at the guys we do have in the American Hockey League that can come up and contribute. With Jonathan, he took advantage of an opportunity. We had Brett Pesce and Luke Hughes out of the lineup at the start of the year, and he took full advantage of it, and hasn't looked back at all. His contract's up. We all knew this. I'll probably start having conversations with the agent after the new year, after the holidays, just to see where they're at. But at the end of the day, you said it. Like we've got replacements, but he's played really well. He's fitting great with us. I believe he really enjoys it here. So we'll see.
With Jacob Marsh, were you happy with what you've seen from him so far?
Yeah, it's funny. I think if you ask Jacob, he'd probably tell you he could be better. I think every player can be better. That's for sure. But he gives us a chance every single night to win a hockey game. But that doesn't mean he can't improve or our play around him can't improve. So, it's again, he's come in here, he's done what he's done, he's got a lot of wins, and gives us a chance to win every night. So that's all you ask for in goaltending.
You want to speak just a little about the goaltending?
Sorry?
About the goaltending. Has it exceeded expectations?
Like you said, they give us a chance to win every night. That's all you ask for.
Tommy, what were your thoughts coming into the season about what this team might be able to accomplish? And through 30 or so games, where are they in that estimation? And does that change what you might do down the road? I mean, it's all about a plan, but you have to react to what you see too.
We had boxes to check in the summer. We did that. We really like our D. We feel like we've addressed the goaltending to give us a chance to be in games every day. We knew we could score. It was never a concern. More depth, more physicality. We did that. I think it's right now. Again, the ebbs and flows of a season and the ebbs and flows of production from certain players. It comes and it goes, and we'd like to see more of it coming to take some pressure off other guys. But you know what? We're just a one day at a time team. That's it. We don't get too far ahead of ourselves. Let's get better today in practice, and we'll get on a flight and we'll head to St. Louis, who's playing well. So that's it. We're just one day at a time.
Tom, it feels like Luke Hughes starts playing better every day. Does that motivate you at all? In a different situation than Kovacevic, he's a restricted free agent, but does that motivate you at all to get him done sooner before his number continues to go up?
This whole, you got to get guys done by a certain time. I don't look at it that way, and I don't look at it like if a person's contract is up at the end of the year, can they perform with the pressures of maybe no talks. With Luke, I plan on talking to his agent, once the holidays come and go, and just see where they're at. I don't want to distract Luke at all because of the way he's been playing. Really like the way he's been playing away from the puck and defending, and because he can contribute offensively and or just transitionally, with his legs or with the tape-to-tape pass up the ice. So, we've talked in the past. He was hurt. We wanted to get him going. He's going now, and I'm sure after the new year we'll touch base.
Nice one for me. In the summer, you mentioned Paul Cotter. You knew there was maybe some more offense, or you felt there might be some more offense from him. From where he started, from where he is now, just what are your thoughts on his game?
Well, I think he still plays to his identity. I don't know if I believe he leads us in hits up front. That's first and foremost. His wave was pretty big at the start of the year. It's not from a lack of chances or trying. It just happens. But we talked when we went out to Western Canada. And my message to him was just don't forget who you are as a player. Everything else is gravy. I don't care if he scores 10 or 12 goals this year. But be part of something bigger than you individually, and that's be a hard team to play against. Be a big part of that, and he has.
You've talked about winning culture throughout this whole time that you've been GM. What steps has this roster and this coaching staff brought towards that winning culture?
Again, there's no surprises. Start with Sheldon. What his expectations are, what his standards are, and how aligned he is with me. And like I said to you earlier, I don't have to worry about that side of the business because that's getting taken care of. How we practice, the details, the meetings, the systems that we're playing, the demand of what needs the standards, and anything less is unacceptable. So you talk about players and teams maturing. I think it starts with the head coach and an understanding, and cutting corners isn't part of winning. So we don't cut corners. And the players know it, and they keep each other accountable as well.
Fitzy, maybe this feeds in a bit to what you were just talking about there, but seeing Jack really round out the defensive part of his game, getting the opportunities on the penalty kill and empty net situations, and how he has risen to those occasions. What's that been like for you to see?
Again, it's part of growth. It's part of his maturity. All the great players in the league play in all different situations. Jack has a coach that is growing that part of his game, and it's great to see. And it's not just for it's not for offense. It's to defend first, block shots. Preserve that lead. That's why you're out there. Penalty kill. If you have an opportunity to go, a lot of teams play 4-1, right? The one defenseman and the 4 forwards, and you got a guy like that coming at you, shorthanded. It's pretty scary. Definitely as a forward. So, but overall, his confidence is growing when you have the support of your coach and the trust of your coach to go over the boards in situations that you're not accustomed to. To me, that's growth, and that's exactly where his game's going.
Fitzy just went 3-1-1 on this homestand. Obviously, have you seen the atmosphere of the crowd getting behind this team as they kind of put this together?
It's been awesome. I wish we could stay home. Our crowds have been great, very supportive. You ask any player, they'll tell you we've got the best fans in the league. Again, the support that they've been giving us, and at the end of the day, our players perform well too, which is nice. So it's been great, and we look forward to getting back here next weekend against Pittsburgh. But we'll take care of these games one at a time, one day at a time, and we'll be back.
Fitzy, I can ask one question about Four Nations. What excites you about the team that Billy Guerin and you helping him and the rest of that set put together?
Well, just humbled to be a part of it, quite honestly, and the goal is to do something special that leads into the 26 Olympics, and like I said, just humbled and honored to be part of that. Really looking forward to meeting these players that I don't know. I know some of them, but getting to know them as players and actually watching them closely and the details that they put into and the preparation they put into their game. That's why they're great players. So I think it'd be great for our own players to be around the elite of the elite. It'll be a great tournament.
Obviously, Jack and Quinn are both on the team. Did you mention to Bill, like, maybe we should get Luke in here as well?
He was in the conversation for sure. But at the end of the day, it's like these are hard decisions to make. There was no layups, quite honestly. But Luke will have his day down the road for sure.